Morning, everyone. This is Ryan Hayes with Engage121. I'm a product development manager, and alongside me is Jenny McDonald, who will be answering any questions that come up during today's presentation. If you do have any questions, we will have the lines muted, so please use the questions box in the GoToMeeting application to submit your questions, and Jenny will be monitoring those and answering as we go along. So she should be able to help you out. Today's session is going to be a kind of a recap of the customer care module that we recently launched. We presented this last Friday, and we had some additional questions and requests to recap some of it today. Primarily because there is a lot of functionality here, and we do want to make sure that you understand what you have available to you. So we're going to try and keep it a little on the quicker side today, and recap what is available to live today. We did launch this on Wednesday to all of our clients, so you all have access to this right now, and you've probably already seen it. So I'm going to go ahead and switch over to the Engage121 application and log into our Java 1-to-1 fictitious or fictional coffee company. And the first thing you'll notice is we do bring up an alert message highlighting the fact that we would like you to go to the Explore section and activate all of your all the searches that you intend to use moving forward. And one of the big reasons that we want you to do this is with future developments, by running your saved searches in the background, we're going to be storing that data. So you'll be able to report on it in a variety of different ways in the future. So from this point forward, once you activate those searches, it's going to bring in all of the available data today and continue to accumulate that over time. So if you want to do a buzz chart or a sentiment chart or a buzz versus sentiment or something along those lines later down the road, you'll be able to do that with a full data set and report on that data set in any way you'd like. So that's why we're asking you to activate them. Previously, the way we ran Explore searches is when you would click on it, we would go ahead and run that Explore search and bring you back the current results. So we're changing that a little bit, and we want to have you activate the searches that are going to be most relevant for you. So jumping to the new Explore tab, you'll see that we have a look and feel that's much more like the dashboard that we launched a couple months back. So we have that different background and more colorful and more icon-based interface. You'll also notice that we have added a case button on the upper right of the screen, and we'll go through how all that case functionality works. But at any point, if you need to get back into your case list, you can click on that button, and it will bring up the case management module, the customer care module. All of your existing Explore functionality is still here. You still can run an ad hoc search at any point by typing in just into the regular search box or using the advanced search and choosing the platform that you'd like to search on, as well as being able to adjust things like the time period of your search, the geographic targeting of your search, all that sort of functionality that's been in there before. The only real difference here is that we've put that navigation across the top of the page instead of along the left-hand side, and we've also added in avatar images for all of the Twitter contacts and various platforms where we're able to provide an avatar image. That was particularly on request due to a lot of us as we're going through our Twitter feeds. In particular, it's much easier to identify someone just seeing their icon pop up, their avatar pop up, than it is to try and look through for their actual username. But so all of that functionality with being able to run an ad hoc search and click engage and respond to contacts is all there in the application still. Now, the change we've made is we've put your saved searches down in the middle of the page instead of just selecting a search to see those results. We've got them all here, and they will be running in the background at all times. Now, when you first logged into your account, you probably saw your searches looking like this, where they don't have, they have not been activated. And you don't have the little arrow on the side of the screen. So to activate a search, all you need to do is you click on the little pencil icon, and you'll see the alert that this search is not currently active. Now, if you had email alerts set up off of this search, those alerts will still be running. So the email alerts, if you had them turned on, those are still running. Those aren't affected by this change. But you can activate the search, and then from this point forward, it will be storing all of that data so that you can review it, monitor it, and build future reports on it. The other option that or the other variable that we've added into a saved search is applying a tag to the search. And what this does is by default will put a tag into any cases that are created out of that search. So that's going to be helpful for tracking the origin of your cases, as well as being able to assign accordingly. So if something comes in and it's tagged as vendors or something along those lines, you have that ability to track and assign it to the appropriate team or people on your account. So to make that change, to activate the search, and from that point forward we have a little arrow icon next to the search so we can run one of these searches at any point. The other thing that you can edit here, you'll probably, all of your searches when you first logged into this new view will have this handshake icon, and you can edit that at any point by clicking on the pencil icon here. We have some icons that are available at launch, and we'll be adding to this. Certainly if there are other icons that you'd like to see, please let us know, and we can get those integrated for you. But we can make a change to that at any point by selecting a different icon. And then I'll go ahead and run a search, and now I'm seeing the full results of that search being run continually in the background. I see everything as it comes in, and we're also classifying all of those results as they come in. So another benefit to activating that search and having it run in the background is that we're running it through a classification model that's identifying what the type of post is. So right now I'm looking at all posts, but I can cycle through and see things about problem resolution or speed of service, quality of service. Here's a post talking about great customer service. So I identified things in that post that are relevant to a category. And we can customize these categories as needed. So if there's something that is relevant to your business, and we want to say that things that come in that mention these given topics go into a custom category, we can configure those for you. So we just need to work with your account or your client experience manager to determine how we need to configure that, and we can set that up for you to run on your searches so that you can filter through and find the most important content. Now, if I want to create a case for someone who's come in, I'll click on the Cases window, and I'll be able to create a new case for that person. So I'll fill out a subject for it. I can put in the company information if I'd like. I can put in the contact information if I like, if I have that available. I can set the priority of the case. So if I'm I'm just monitoring cases and assigning them to people as they come in. I might be assigning this to one of my colleagues and say, this is a high priority case. I need you to get on it immediately. And then I'll choose who I want to assign it to. So I have other people on my account that I'd like to assign cases to. So I can choose that person and set the priority to it for the case so that they know that it's something they need to get on top of immediately. If I save that case, then it will go down into my case list here, and it's been assigned, in this case, to Steve Pastor. If I assign it to myself and I want to work off of that case, I have all of that information available in the Respond window here. So I have the Engage button, so I can choose the account that I want to respond from if I have multiple accounts. Since this came in through Twitter, we've automatically displayed the Twitter profiles that are connected to this account, so we can respond that way. If I'd like to respond through an auto engagement, I have that available as well. So I can choose an auto engagement and have my response automatically populated that way. This can be great if we have a lower level user that we're only allowing to respond with auto engagements. Engage121 has a full structure for permissions to allow certain users to only use auto engagements, certain users to post responses that have to go through their manager for approval before going out, as well as certain users that are able to post completely freely without any sort of additional overview. But so I can choose that an auto engagement and send that out through Twitter, and that will additionally go into the history on my account. So as I respond, I'll see who on my team responded to them and see that history, so that then when the Engage121 account responds back to me, it will show up in history here with their most recent response. Additionally, when the Engage121 account here responds back to me, the icon here, the little eyeball icon, will turn to red to notify me that there is new content in that case. There's new activity in that case. Additionally, if someone comes in and puts a new note on the case, that'll be reflected as being new activity on the case. So we can put in notes to keep track of all of our internal communications about this person. If we've connected with them outside of Twitter, we can add notes into that, or outside of Facebook or whatever platform it came in on. We can add those notes and keep a log of those. And that's available to all of the other users on our account, so they can see what's being reflected, what we're tracking over time. Then, as we follow a case through its lifespan, if we've gone through a variety of back and forth, and now I've come back to this case and it's done. It doesn't need to. We've completed the whatever the start of this case was. We've answered all the questions. Everything's resolved. I can choose to close the case, or I can choose to escalate it. If it's not resolved and it needs to go to someone who is more senior or more specialized to that to the question at hand, I can change who it's assigned to. Again, I can change the priority of it and save that. But if we have come to the end of the case and we've come to a logical conclusion, we can choose to change the status of it, whether it's in process, or then choose to closed. And when we choose closed as the status, we're going to prompt the user for an outcome. So whether this was a positive or neutral or negative outcome to the case, we'll prompt for that answer. So we'll choose an outcome for the case and hit save. And after we've saved a case, those will begin to appear in the chart on the right-hand side here, reflecting the outcome of our cases. So we closed 4 cases that were positive, and then we closed another case that was neutral on that day. So we're able to track those things over time, and in future versions here we'll have additional reporting and additional reporting linked to the evaluate section, where we can report on different things versus my cases versus different users' cases versus all of our cases, versus the outcomes of it, and tags, and however you would want to slice and dice the type of data that's coming in to your case system. The other chart here we have is response time, and very soon we'll be able to let you set your own thresholds for what your ideal response time is, what's an okay response time, and what is an unacceptable response time. So we can see that reflected and see how you're responding and engaging and meeting your own SLAs for response for customer service through social channels. So the other things that we can see here in the search results is tags. So we can apply a new tag to someone. So if there's someone who comes in and they're commenting, they're posting about us, and they're always posting something negative. They're always looking for a fight, for example. I might want to flag that person as being a troll or being a problem causer. So we can create a tag and apply that to that user, and then all of the other people on my account will be able to see that tag and know that that is not the person, that's not the type of person that we want to be engaging with. We want to just let them go ahead and post, and we're going to go ahead and let them sit out there. Or if we have an SLA that or a standard operating procedure that we want to engage them in a certain manner, we know that that's someone who's been flagged with that as being that type of person, and we want to respond to them in that way. Likewise, they could be someone who's very influential. So I might want to flag them as being an influencer or an expert in our industry, something that I want to be able to flag and notify my colleagues of that information, so that when we do see a post come up in our results and we want to respond to that, we have that information available. We can also tag the post separately of the individual. So we could say that this is a product-related post, or it's a post about an individual product or feedback or something along those lines, so that we can track those at a later date. We can track what the cases that were about those. We can track how many posts content came in with that sort of tag to it. And the other thing that we have reflected here that is a new feature to explore, but that we have had in Listen for some time, is the ability to mark a post as read. So anything that comes in will initially have this gray box, and then if we click on the button there, we can mark it as read, and that will again be reflected across my team, so that everyone sees that that has been read and we don't have to respond to it. That's already been managed. There's nothing that we have to do with it. There's another thing that I'd like to show you when it comes to managing things across a team. I'm going to reload my search here, but if I already have a case open with someone and I go to open a new case, we're going to display a message that there's already a pending case open for this person. So the goal here is obviously to avoid duplication of work. We don't want to have one person post something and then 5 of our reps respond to them at the same time, or back to back to back. We want to bring up that alert so that we know that there's already a case open, there's already activity, and it's not something that someone's already working on that case. We don't have to open a new case. However, if I would like to open a new case, if I want to open it under a under a new line of communication, I can click OK and still bring up that window to create a new case. And at any point, again, I can click on the case list to view all of my available cases and see what the history is on that case, what the notes are on that case, for example. The column on the right here is what reflects if there are notes. So if I choose this case here, I see that there are notes being reflected on that case. And if I click on notes, I'll see what the notes are there. So this view is very powerful. It gives you a number of tools in one place. If you'd like to look at the full case list, you can expand that out and see, take up more of that real estate with your case list as you filter through. At this point, we have launched the ability to filter on tags. So if I want to only see the cases that have been tagged with my brands, I can click on that and see that content there. And in the future, we'll be able to, in the very near future, we'll be able to filter these on additional things like the rep that it's assigned to, the source that it came in from, and various other data sets. But for the time being, you can filter on the tag for the case so that you can review cases in that manner. And you can always add more tags to a case. When you select a case, you can choose to add additional tags onto that case and save those changes. Additionally, if there's something that I don't need to open a case about, I can still click the Engage button and just reply out to that, and all of our functionality that exists for Teams, we're reflecting that that someone has already replied to this, will be in play there. So if I do reply to this post and I'm on a team, my avatar will appear here next to the mark as red button showing that I have responded to it, and giving my my teammates the ability to view what my response was. As well, all of the functionality for quick reports still exists here. So you can still click on the Add to Quick Report button to build a quick report on the fly, and then when we click on Quick Report, we'll see what's in there and have the option of exporting that out to Excel or PDF so we can share it with our colleagues. In addition to the full reporting set that is already available in Evaluate. And the gears icon up here allows me to change my filter, change what I'm looking at in my search results here. So that's really the overview of working with the case management system. I know there's a lot here, so we're trying to keep it as simple as possible. If you do have additional questions about it, how the case system works, and how to work with it, you can always reach out to us. You can reach out to your client service or a client experience representative, and they'll be happy to assist you with it. We'll also be recording today some couple-minute, 1 to 3 minute videos explaining the individual little pieces of it, so that if at any point you want to see a quick recap of how do I create a case, or how do I apply a tag, or things along those lines, we'll have those put together, and we'll be posting those to the blog probably later today or early on Monday. So I'd like to thank you all again for joining us. If you do have feedback, again, at any point, you know that you can always reach out to us on Twitter at Engage121. You can find us on Facebook, or you can reach out to Jennifer McDonald, our community manager, and we look forward to hearing what you think about this new system, and how you see it working for you, or if there's changes we could make to make it more effective for you. So please do reach out to us. Let us know if there are particular parts of it that you'd like to see us recap during next Friday's session or during other webinars. We do have an ongoing webinar schedule that you can find on the front page of the application, on the login screen, or on our blog. But on the login screen here, you can click on that e-learning calendar and at any point see the schedule of ongoing training webinars that we have available for all of our clients. Again, I'd like to thank you all for joining us today, and we do look forward to hearing from you and hearing about how you're using the new customer care module and what you think about it, what we can make better. Thank you again, and we'll talk to you next Friday.